today's video, we're going to be talking about mistakes that TPT sellers make, particularly with new sellers. So whether you are a TPT seller that is 6 days old, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years, I think some of these mistakes you've probably done, and we're going to talk about ways to fix them. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, if you are new or returning, welcome. Here it's all primary. We talk teach your side hustles, and during the last videos, sorry for all the cutting. I've never had that happen where my editing program would just not it wouldn't do anything more than 30 minutes. It was so weird. Actually, that's a good lesson. I shouldn't make videos more than 30 minutes, obviously. One of the things that I do randomly on Teachers Pay Teachers, because I get regular requests to look at people's stores and things like that, is I just sometimes go on to what just has been uploaded and look at them. And to me, it's sad. I almost want to email them or message them going, no, don't do it this way. Because there's so many that are making mistakes right up front. And if you're going to make a mistake on your first product, which is your freebie, and we'll talk about that, it's not a good start to your TPT journey. There are so many mistakes. Hi, Chester. Milo. Oh, sorry, Milo. There are lots of mistakes, and I still make mistakes. You're never going to have the perfect product, and you're never going to have a perfect store, but we can do the best we can, right? We can only do our best. But let's talk about some of these mistakes, because they can really hurt your business and they can really hurt your sales. And my hope is that you have at least an enjoyable TPT journey. If you're not going to have a big store, that's fine. If you want to have a big store, that's fine too, right? But there are some mistakes that if we can get them corrected as fast as possible, I think your journey will be a little bit more sweeter. Okay. Anyway, and the big one is the freebie. The freebie. I'm gonna show you a little clip here of just scrolling down some freebies. Biggest mistake is that people will throw a one-page random thing up, no cover, no thumbnails. They don't even put the words preview across them. And here you go. You have to remember, your freebie is the introduction to you and your store. And if it looks mediocre, half-hearted, why would anyone want to follow you and come back and pay money for one of your products? It's huge. It's really important that your freebie is fabulous. Shelley Reese had a fabulous freebies workshop at the TPT conference, and she was dead on. She was like, this is your introduction. This is telling people, this is what I make. This is why you want to follow me. This is why you want to buy from me. And I thought, absolutely. Your freebie should be high quality. It should have a proper cover, proper thumbnails. Even if it's one page, have a proper cover, proper thumbnails, but preview across it, because the other thing is, when it's a one page and you just upload it, I don't have to download that. I can just copy it, right? We talked about this in one of the store reviews last time. Don't put a one page up and expect people to buy it. Very few will buy it. They'll just copy paste, right? It's that easy. Ideally, TPT recommends a freebie be a couple pages and not to exceed 10. There are people that do the exact opposite and give you 40, 50 pages of a freebie. That's not necessarily good either, unless you've got a real strategy behind that. And I think some people just think, I'm going to give away all the value. You don't want to give it away either. Find a happy medium. If you are making a big product, take 4 or 5 pages that can stand alone on their own, right? That a teacher can use. They don't have to buy the bigger product, but they can take those 5 pages and actually use them and use that as a freebie. And then it's an upsell. One of your thumbnails can say, if you like this, this is part of this bigger thing. No one pages, no just uploading them and doing nothing with them. Please, covers, thumbnails, explain. Product descriptions. Sometimes there's no product description. Again, this is your introduction. This is me. You're saying, hi, this is me. And if you do nothing and just upload it, right? And as well, go into your profile and fill things out and tell people where they can find you. I looked at some of these freebies and my heart kind of broke, especially when they're Canadian sellers. I'm like, no, Canadian sellers, come on. Come on, we can do this. So freebies, okay? Let's really up the quality of our freebies. You can also use your freebies as a way to attract your email list too. Someone was asking about emails. You've got to have an attractive freebie, or else why would people want your email? Again, we have to kind of sell ourselves a little bit here. So with freebie talks, we're talking about the high quality product. Your products should have explanations of how to use them, answer keys if they're needed. And it's funny, I have a product that I use and it drives me crazy because there's 2 pages where I have no idea what the answer should be. And it's infuriating me. And it's a grade 2 product. And I'm thinking, okay, this shouldn't be that hard, but it is. Like, what do they want? My answer is longer than their answer. Theirs is a 1-word answer, and I'm looking at it going, what is that 1 word? So sometimes you need answer keys, differentiation, variety of the product. So for example, one of the things that I noticed on some of these freebies is they might be color or they might be black and white. But if I'm printing this off from my class, I'm not going to give it to them in color. I'm going to give it to them in black and white. So can you give me a black and white version as well? You now have 2 pages. But little things like that, you've got to think the mind of the teacher or the buyer who's going to use this product. What do they need? Don't think about how you're using it, and you might be using, I look at some of my products that I use. I've used them several times. There's some things I don't have to write in there for instructions, but I have to get my mind into the this person looking at something for the first time. What do I need to provide them? And go over the top with the information. Give them a variety of ways to use a product. I'm working on task cards right now. What are different ways you can use task cards? Don't just assume they know. This could be a brand new teacher, and they may not have been taught how to use task cards in their teacher training. It happens. Don't assume they know what to do with your product. Give them super clear instructions. In fact, you can even take some of those instructions, put them right in your product description or on your thumbnails. Use this for whole group. Use this for small group. Use these as part of your calendar. Use these as part of your independent work. Use these, right? Early finishers or part of your morning work. Tell them. Don't assume they know what to do with things. And what that does is it brings quality and value to your product. And if they see that you are, giving of yourself a little bit more, they're more inclined to buy it. And that's what you want at the end of the day. You want the effort and time you put into your products to result in a sale or 2 or 20 or 100, right? Or more. Next mistake. Don't undervalue yourself and your products. I've seen stores that everything is $1. And some of them are like 40, 80 pages, $1. Like, really? I could see you doing $1 for a week. But really? No. Because if people think if everything is going to be $1, if you ever decide to change your mind on that $1, people aren't going to buy. They're going to go, no. She sells for $1. I'm going to wait till it's $1. It looks bad on everybody when you do that. That's why we have the hashtag sales or the dollar deals or whatever. There's nothing wrong with having a variety of prices in your store and having a couple dollar deals for some slightly bigger products. In fact, what you might want to do, and I've been thinking some of these things, is taking some products that are just not getting views, they're not getting sales, and maybe making a couple of them dollar deals. Don't take an 80-page, product that it took you 3 months to make and make it $1. That's completely undervaluing. Even throwing that at $3 is undervaluing it. If you think it's worth $10, and as a buyer you think $10 would be a steal or a deal for this 80-page product, then sell it at $10. Part of my research is I will go into, first of all, seeing how many search results are on a product, but I also look at I try to create a average price by looking at what's existing. I look at the sizes, I go in, sometimes you can't tell what the size is because it just says PDF. You sometimes have to look at the description to see if it says, 100 pages, 200 pages, whatever. And they're all in the, say, $6 to $8 range. Okay, so if I'm going to make a 100-page product, which I just finished, in fact, and everything is selling at the $6 to $8 range, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put it probably in the $6 to $8 range, right? Or maybe I do an introductory price of $5, but make a reminder to myself to put the price back up after a couple days, a month, whatever. Don't leave it. Yeah, it's frustrating. You can go on people's stores and they'll say flash sale, and you're looking at the date of the product and it's 3 months ago. That's not a flash sale. If you're going to offer a flash sale, put a reminder on your phone or something and take it off. Why would people rush to buy something if you're just going to leave it at that sale price? Again, the point is, don't undervalue your work. If it's worth $5, $10, $25, $50 higher, then price it at that. And one of the things in the blogging world and in the online world is that when your product hits about 300 views, which they say is a good statistical number, check your conversion rate. So if after 300 views you have a conversion rate of, say, 2%, that's probably telling you priced a little bit too high. Because you've got the views, but people aren't buying. Okay, so they're not buying because you're not giving them enough information, right? You're not providing thumbnails and a really good cover, a preview PDF, a preview video for some things, right? These are mistakes that we make. We just want to upload it, just get it online, but don't skimp on the stuff. And I've done it too. I've had to go back and add things, right? We just want to get it uploaded. It's been so long, right? One of the things, I don't know if this will make it faster for you, but try and get 2 products done and then batch them kind of together and get them done. Do the photography for a couple of them together, and then spend a night just going on Canva and making preview video or preview PDFs and thumbnails and covers, and just do it all in one fell swoop, right? Just get as many done as possible, if that helps. Don't undervalue your work. It hurts you in the end. It hurts you in the end. One of the other mistakes, and I don't see this as often, but I saw one today, using the wrong program. Don't use something that people don't have easy access to. Adobe, you don't need Adobe anymore. Most computers have PDF readers now. But putting something on Microsoft Word, you can almost date a product on TPT if it is a Microsoft Word, because that was the thing about 10 years ago. It was Microsoft Word. A lot of people don't have Microsoft Word anymore. So that makes it really difficult for them to open it up. I mean, if they have something like a program called OpenOffice or something, it's compatible, but things start formatting differently. Or if you use Keynote, make sure that it's not coming across as a Keynote, because then you just shut off people who have PCs, right? You've got to look at what programs you're using. If you're uploading a document for people to use, but you upload it as a JPEG, or a ping, it still can print, but the quality is different. So make sure you're using the right program to offer your products in. Does that make sense? I don't know if that line, if my wording is correct there. Another mistake, copyright. Put your name on every page. Little c, name or store name. You don't have to put the date. The date is optional. I get this question a lot. Do I have to do this? You should do it. You want to protect your work. If you don't have a copyright on it, anyone could turn around, copy it, and pass it off as their own stuff. But that would annoy you, especially if they were making a lot more money than you were on that same product. You just want to protect your work. It doesn't stop some people from copying your work, but in case there was a he said, she said, if your copyright is sitting on your work, you've got some protection, and that's what you need. And which goes into the next mistake. Making products that are trademarked or copyrighted. Okay? High school ELA. You cannot use the copies, the fronts of novels. You have to be really careful. Warner Brothers came out, was that last year or the year before? I can't remember now. And was going after people making resources from Warner Brother type products, like Harry Potter movies. That was a big one not too long ago. They're still out there. Lego has been known to go after some people, but they do support people too. Well, if you really want to do something with a novel, contact the author and say, I'd like to make a resource for my class and then sell it. Teachers pay teachers. Can I have your permission? Because that is something you can write in your description. This has been approved by the author or something like that. But copyrights, there was a time when I think during the pandemic, emojis or those, the Among Us, these are all trademark things. So you can't make products with them. They could come after you. Then TPT is required to refund everybody. Be careful about trademarked and copyright material. There is a statute of limitations on certain novels after a certain year, like some very old novels. But again, the book covers are copyrighted. It's copyrighted material. So just stay away from some of those. If you are not sure, you can just go to what is it called? Just type in what you think. Don't ask me, is this trademarked? Go in yourself. It's good practice for you to go in and take a look at some of this stuff. I go in every so often, just to make sure that it's okay. Because sometimes I'm like, And there are some TPT scammers who will send you messages saying, this is trademarked by me, you can't touch this. Don't interact with them. Report it to TPT. There's one Earth Day. Was that last year? I'm getting years mixed up now. There was somebody who was sending emails to people who had Earth Day activities saying, I trademarked Earth Day. I don't believe you can trademark Earth Day, right? That's a global thing, So I don't believe it is, but they were trying to get people to remove products. It's crazy. Make sure you're not copying and pasting images from the internet and using them in your thing. There's what's called Creative Commons, but you've got to read a little bit more into them. I found this beautiful owl picture. It said Creative Commons on it. I went, great, I can use it. Then I thought, no, go in and check. And I went in and checked, and sure enough, there was a copyright on it. For a few small dollars, you could buy it. And I think the last one I'm going to talk about is the mistake that TPT sellers make is you treat your business like a hobby. Invest. Put some money into it. Okay, whether that's purchasing fonts and licenses for the fonts or clip art, whether that is getting something like Flatpak if you're using PowerPoint, that'll flatten and secure your documents, right? There are things that you can do. Getting the premium membership instead of using the basic seller. If you have one product on your TPT store, you don't need do you need the basic sellership? No, because you probably that one product's probably your freebie. But the moment you put up 5, 10 paid products. Don't sit on it. Pay the $59.95 US membership, because you will see a massive difference in price of fees between if you have a $10 product, well, even going back to the dollar product. If I sell a dollar product, with the premium membership, I get 65 cents. With the basic seller, I think it goes down to, I'll write it down here in the description, but then multiply that, right? It's a significant difference. I made back my membership within 4 months, 5 months. So invest in your business. You don't have to buy the fancy gear and all that sort of stuff. Things that are actually going to make a difference on your products, which are clip art, fonts, PDF stuff, right? Your membership, those need a little bit of investment and they're worth it. Okay? Anyways, we're going to talk a little bit more about high quality products in the coming videos. We're also going to be talking about Boom. Boom has made a couple more changes. They just had a symposium. I've got some people in the Facebook group that are also interested in starting Boom. So I'm going to do a Boom from scratch video. I haven't done one for a little while. That's coming up in the next week or two. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or the playlist. See ya.